For those who have not seen the series, this does contain spoilers, so please pause now and go watch it before continuing on. Thank you. Welcome back, nerds. Today, we are discussing the Easter eggs we found in the Disney Plus series, Loki, Episode 6. Let's jump in.
Way to go, Tic Tac!
That's how you punch.
Wakanda forever!
Nah, you wouldn't have heard of me.
Let me put you on hold.
Dance off, bro! He's a friend from work!
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
I'll show you ferocity.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
We have a hot
We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of
No,
here. Wanna
it's
come?
cocky.
It's you.
Bigger. That was an idea. I'm always time is a two enemy for all.
We think of time as a one-way
My dream.
We have fought for the right to experience peace.
motivated by women throughout the world.
What is grief if not love persevering?
Open your eyes.
Starting off with number 1, to emphasize the timeless nature of Loki's enigmatic villain, the opening sequence is accompanied by a voiceover that incorporates a host of famous MCU quotes, beginning with Sam Wilson's "Way to go, Tic Tac" from Captain America Civil War. The RO montage also includes "Wakanda forever," "He's a friend from work," "I can do this all day," "Dormammu, I've come to bargain," "What is grief if not love persevering?" And finally, "Open your eyes," from the closing scene of the last episode. Number 2, suddenly more helpful than in the previous episodes, Miss Minutes refers to the Citadel's master as He Who Remains. In Marvel comic lore, He Who Remains was the sole survivor from a past universe who founded the TVA to avoid repeating past mistakes. In 1976's Thor number 245, He Who Remains was an ancient, all-powerful, and super old being. Though he has honest intentions and would change his methods on the advice from Jane Foster and Thor. The show's interpretation of the character takes the name and TVA connection. His backstory and motives are complete opposites. The character played by Jonathan Majors might explain why. Number 3, B-15 and Mobius create a cunning plan to turn the TVA's Minutemen against Renslayer. They deduce Ravona's pre-prune location in an Ohio school in 2018, thanks to the pen we see from her office, and lure their pursuers there to prove all TVA agents are brainwashed variants. While B-15 works on that plan, a certificate in Renslayer's office reveals her name as Rebecca Tormene. This is an alias Renslayer uses in the Marvel Comics after a falling out with Kang. Number 4, if you haven't figured it out already, Jonathan Majors is actually playing a hybrid of He Who Remains and Kang in Loki. Though the actor's presence alone confirms this, the most direct on-screen reference comes during He Who Remains' multiverse war explanation. The TVA's ruler is actually a scientist hailing from the 31st century who broke down the barriers between worlds and met alternate versions of himself. During his life story, his character claims to go by many names, one of which being Conqueror. Since the episode doesn't name drop Kang personally, this is the best confirmation viewers get of the actor's true role in the MCU. The original comic character is a scientist from the same future time period and often dubbed Kang the Conqueror. Number 5, when it becomes clear that neither Loki nor Sylvie really wants to clash swords, Tom Hiddleston's character tries an empathetic approach, reassuring Sylvie, "I've been where you are." In this scene, Loki is referring to Sylvie's blind desperation to kill He Who Remains, whatever the cost. Most likely, Loki means being betrayed by Odin and discovering his true heritage as a frost giant. This revelation led Loki down a destructive path, first targeting his home and family on Asgard, then debasing himself by becoming a minion of Thanos. He now understands Sylvie's TVA bloodthirst. And finally, number 6. As Loki returns to the TVA, finding the organization is no longer the one he left behind a few short hours ago, the quantum police force has apparently been reset in a manner of speaking, and is back out pruning the timeline. However, they're not working on behalf of the timekeepers, but for the bona fide Kang the Conqueror. And this is confirmed by the appearance of a new statue where the TVA's giant timekeeper monument once stood. The sculpture shows Jonathan Majors in full Kang attire, the variant He Who Remains was so scared of. We'll see more of him in the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium film. Well, that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel grow. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, nerd on.